Ready? ¿Ya estás grabando? Okay. Good morning, Miami sororities and fraternities. Mi nombre es Cristobal Solórzano, and 3 years ago I came here as a refugee from Guatemala. Even though by the time I didn't know anyone and spoke no English whatsoever, working at a restaurant uptown allowed me to meet and make a lot of friends from different clubs, fraternities, and sororities. That then would become my support system to better my English and set very important academic goals, like joining Miami University. So I have very good memories of all of you, always willing to include, cheer the spirits up, and show the culture of support that characterizes you as an organization. Soon I'll be turning 21, and along with my friends, we have put together an event to turn night out and having fun into a meaningful and very impactful action. In collaboration with our friends from Sushi King Uptown, we're excited to announce a special bar night on May the 8th from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m., in which 100% of the profits will be donated to three very important organizations that support humanitarian wellness and the environmental needs of our planet. I'm very pleased to also say that this bar night is a true community effort, as all the bartenders, bouncers, and people doing the preparations will be volunteering their time for these important causes, of which I'll tell you a bit more about. The first one is World Wildlife Fund. You might have heard of it before, as it's one of the most important environmental organizations working on preservation and wildlife restoration programs currently. Only in 2024, they invested more than $400 million directly into conservation programs. They operate in over 100 countries and manage actively 3,000 projects worldwide. They have pushed for laws that make it illegal to sell 90% of shark and ray species and have a huge ongoing project of restoration of 190,000 miles of rivers and 350 million hectares of wetland by 2030. Summarizing, WWF is currently bringing bison back to the U.S. plains, building dens for panda cubs in China, and locking down a global treaty to stop people from trashing the open ocean, which is basically just playing defense for the planet's most important spots. The second one is Central Kitchen. Worldwide Central Kitchen. They are a first responders organization. When a hurricane, earthquake, or war hits, WCK usually is the first group to step on the ground, setting up kitchens, gathering people, and transporting food and the first aid to the people that need it. They cook hot, fresh meals for thousands of people immediately. As of early 2026, WCK has reached several milestones that define its global reach. Over 600 million fresh meals since its founding in 2010. In 2025 alone, they served more than 130 million meals and provided more than 9 million gallons of water across 23 countries facing crisis. They have something called the first meal philosophy, which is they believe that the first meal served after a crisis is the most critical one for community resilience and stability. In early 2026, in Gaza at peak operations, they prepared more than 7.5 million hot meals in a single week. In Ukraine, since the conflict began, they have maintained one of the largest food relief networks in history, with more than 295 million meals served by Ukrainians for Ukrainians. In Haiti, they have established 12 permanent community kitchens run entirely by locals to combat ongoing food insecurity and social unrest. And only with our support will they be able to continue saving millions of starvation. Me jodiste la.
I know.
Este.
I'm so tired. Good for me.
Starvation. Okay. Dale otra vez. The third one is Days for Girls International, of which my sister and close friends are members of. They have reached over 3.5 million women and girls in more than 120 countries since its founding in 2008. In 2024, they distributed 350,000 sustainable kits and provided menstrual health education to over 360,000 people, with volunteers that travel themselves to these countries. They have built a network of thousands of volunteers who hand sew the sustainable kits to keep the cost low and quality high. This organization is more than just hygiene. This organization also advocates for human rights and against sexual abuse in these countries. In rural Kenya, for instance, 2 out of 3 menstrual pad users receive their products from sexual partners. This transactional sex for basic hygiene is a primary driver for teenage pregnancy and HIV transmission. Without products, girls are often forced to choose between staying home, missing 1 out of every 4 weeks of school, which is every year about around 20% of their classes. These girls, teenagers have been pushed to engage in survival sex to afford disposable pads. The director of Days for Girls in Kenya, Christine Oki, has publicly shared that she was forced into transactional sex for menstrual products at the age of 14, leading to a pregnancy that derailed her early education. Her story is not an isolated case, and it reflects why DFG's work is a protection mechanism, not just a hygiene one. One kit costs between $15 and $20 and is designed to last 3 to 5 years, preventing thousands of pounds of waste and providing more than 1,000 days for the recipients, days of education for the recipients. Something I like of their programs is what they call Men Who Know program. This specifically targets men and boys to break the stigma and stop the harassment and exploitation that often occurs when girls are on their periods. Days for Girls is about protection in rural and impoverished areas where the most basic needs, such as food and water, are scarce. Because of this, most girls rely on sexual partners just to get menstrual pads. By providing a single kit that lasts 3 years, DFG removes the price tag on a girl's body, helping them reach over 3.5 million women and keeping them safe from exploitation and helping them to continue their education. These organizations are making a great impact in many people's life. And even though it is a sweet, sour celebration, as we wish these type of problems didn't exist in the first place, the truth is that they do. And from here, we can still find ways to help. This is why I want to invite you all to attend this event at Sushi King to support these organizations in the small but significant ways we can. We also understand that bar nights are not only about drinking, but mostly about community. This is why we're offering the drinks that we all love, but we're also offering a non-alcoholic menu of drinks so that you and all of your friends can enjoy this bar night. Again, all money made of alcoholic and non-alcoholic drinks will be donated for these nonprofits. So don't miss out. And if you could share this event and spread the word, it would mean the world for us and these organizations. I hope to see you all there. And don't forget that hope isn't just a feeling, but also the first step for change. Thank you. ¿Qué? Verga, estás